Hey y'all, I'm back with just a quick word, and that word is progress. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, it says, whether I'm calling you to teach, whether I'm calling you to preach, do it wholly so that everyone sees your progress. And at first, I don't think I really too much when I first read it understood what that meant. But I was journaling one day and I wrote down the word progress and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And it's like, okay, now I get it. And what I understood was progress exposes the progression in the journey. So it exposes you. But there's technique in our progressing that helps those influenced by our journey to succeed. And so that's why it's so important to be yourself and not some made up version of yourself. Because destiny helpers are not misleading. And before destiny, there's first development. Allow people to see your development. Why? Because often when we know that we're called to do something, there's always a feeling of inadequacy or always a feeling of, can I do that? Because usually, typically, God is calling you to do something so big. He starts with the small things first. Then he starts to call you to do things that's so big. And it's human for you to feel like, oh, this might be, no, God, this might be too much. But even if you have to do it. But even if you have to do it scared, do it. Even if you have to do it nervous, do it. Even if you have to do it uncertain, do it. Why? Because there's so many people that's coming behind you that is called, and they're going to have the same thoughts because the enemy is automatically going to attack that thing that's for them and make them feel like, and a lot of time it starts at an early age, a very early age, making you feel inadequate in a certain area. Why? Because you're called to operate in that in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So he starts early. So it's so important to do. It wasn't a mistake that God called Moses and he had a speech impediment. Of course, he had to speak. He's calling him to lead. Of course, he would have to speak. He knew that. But God came to him. Moses came to him and told him what was wrong with him and why he couldn't do it. That's just like us. All of us. Jeremiah, Gideon. If he called you to it, you're already equipped for it. But it's so, don't feel like you have to, because when you look at TV and when you just look at this world and society, it's sad, people are so made up. People are so made up. They feel like, I don't like the term fake it till you make it. You can make it and be real. You can make it and be yourself. I don't like that saying. I never did. Fake it till you make it. I'm not faking nothing till I make it. Because if I have to be fake, then it's fake. And it ain't for me. I should be able to operate in my true self and my true identity and still grab hold of what's for me. And so progress, the definition is actually more than one, but it's a forward or onward movement towards your destination. So in order to progress, you have to move. That's first thing. So you have to walk into it first. And then you have to move forward. Don't focus on your past, because your past is what's going to lie to you and tell you that this ain't you. This isn't what I do. So you must progress. You must move forward. You must allow people to see your progression, because it's purpose just in that, just in allowing people to see the progression. Despise not small beginnings. We have to start somewhere, but it grows. It's going to grow. You're going to grow. You're going to get smarter. You're going to get more skilled. You're going to get better. But that all boils down to obedience, because of course you have to be obedient first. Don't feel like you're not smart enough. Don't feel like you're not there yet. Apostle Paul said, I'm still trying to lay hold to that in which God have laid hold on me. It's okay to feel like you're not there. It's okay to feel like, and it's normal to feel like, God, I think you called the wrong person. It feels like that in the beginning. But then with time, God is so gracious and God is so patient. He works for you. He works with you until the appointed time and say, okay, it's time now. Go forth. And when it's that time, you have to move. You have to move. So be obedient and prepare yourself first. Prepare yourself as soon as you get the word. Prepare yourself as soon as you get the inkling, the unction of where God might be sending you, or where he might be purposing you in life, or what he might have you doing. Because generally we already know first. So start to prepare yourself. Start to build yourself up. And that's basically mean open yourself to it. So that God can do what only he can do in your life. Because if you know he called you to it and you know you're walking in purpose, you also know that he's already equipped you for it. So we don't have to be fake about it. We don't have to be made up. We can be our true selves. We can show people our true identity. Because if we don't, we confuse people. So when those that are coming behind us, because they don't see your real self, and because they don't see the progress, they only see the made up version of you. They're trying to attain something that's not even attainable or not even fulfilling, because it was made up in the first place. It wasn't real in the first place. But what's real and authentic is being yourself, allowing people to see the progress. And that's just doing it nervous, doing it scared, doing it because God told you to do it. So that's it. That's the word for today. Progress. Progress. Expose the progression in the journey. Before destiny, before you can even get there, before you can grab hold of every single thing that God has for you and walking in your purpose, there is development first. You're not going to walk into it an expert. You're not going to walk into it knowing everything there is to know about it. You're not going to walk into it and everybody just accept you just because you walked into it. You're not going to walk into it and everyone just, oh, you know what? And everybody's rooting for you and following you. And no, nope. And you still have to do it. And you still have to even be real about that. Because it prepares the next person on what to expect, so that they don't feel like it's abnormal. So that they don't feel like the adversities that they're facing is just them and they're all alone in it. Show them what it's like. We overcome by the words of our testimony. So be you. You can only be you at the end of the day. You are so unique. That's a whole nother word. But you are so unique. God created you for a purpose, for your purpose. Nobody else can do it like you do it. In that case, he would have called somebody else to do it. He called you on purpose. You're already fit. You're already fit for it. You're already equipped for it. No matter how nervous you are about it. No matter how many times you try to talk yourself out of it. It's already for you. It's already yours. Your name is already on it. And no one else's. That's why it doesn't matter what people say or who ain't rooting for you. It doesn't matter. It's not theirs. It's not their calling. And you didn't choose yourself anyway. God chose you. So do it and walk in your authority and allow everyone to see your true self. Allow everyone to see the progress. Tell them, show them. Not just show them and allow them to see it, but also, like I said, tell them. Tell them about the journey. Tell them that it wasn't always easy. Tell them that it was only God who brought you this far. Tell them I tripped up sometimes, but God's hand was still on me. Tell them that it was a long journey. Tell them that it gets better. Tell them that you couldn't have done it by yourself. Tell them that there's going to be those that oppose you. But in the end, God has the last say. And if he be for you, he's bigger than the whole world against you. Let them know that. Let them know that. We don't have to be made up about everything. And I just feel like when you just look at society, when you look at TV, it's like everything is made up, but everything that glitters ain't gold. And it's like some people don't know that. So, and they're aspiring to be something that isn't even real, and it's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. So it's so important for you to just do it, and not just do it. Do it in your realness. Do it in your rawness. Put it out there. Be yourself, so that everyone else know that I can do the same thing. Why? Because none of us are perfect. But in this world, it's like we're constantly trying to project perfection. Constantly. That's the made up version that I'm talking about. Projecting perfection when nobody is perfect. So everybody is trying to be perfect, or what society deems as perfect. And when they come to a point to where they feel like, oh, well, I'm not that, they try to act like that. Excuse me. And then it's a never ending cycle. And it's sad. I mean, unless you fall on your face for trying to grab something that's not yours, or trying to be something that you're not. Because at the end of the day, we're still us, and it's gonna show. We're way too unique for that. We're way too beautiful for that in the inside. We're way too equipped. We were called for a purpose. So I don't want to make this too long. I did say this was going to be a short word, and I feel like I keep going and keep going. So that's it. I pray that y'all be blessed. Have a good day. I pray that your resurrection Sunday is filled with just a new mind, a renewing of your mind, a new you, motivation, insight, whatever you believe in God for. I just pray that you receive it and y'all have a blessed day.